Right, welcome to this kind of standalone video. I'm at the end of Hamble Point, which is basically a point close to where I live. I thought it'd be quite a nice setting for this video. And I'm filming this to talk about why I want to leave the UK, as a lot of people are doing at the moment. It is very windy here, so hopefully the audio is okay. You are tucked into my shirt, so I'm hoping that helps. There's a lot of reasons why people are leaving the UK right now, and I've got my own personal reasons. I'm slightly different to a lot of them in that I've kind of wanted to leave the UK and live in France for, I don't know, maybe 10 years, something like that. And as you may have seen or will see, I was buying a house here and I was going to settle down here and just basically start building a proper life here in England. But as that sale got closer, as I got closer to closing on that house, because I'd got the mortgage, everything was all set up, it was like a month away from closing. For the 6 months before that, I was trying to figure out what the hell the best thing to do was, right? I figured out what I want to do in life. I've figured that out, which is very, very freeing, because for the past, 27, 28 years, I've not had a clue what I really want to do. I've known that I want to run a business, and that is still what I want to do, but I never really knew what type of business I wanted to run, or how I wanted to do it, or what the vision would be for that. And having figured that out in my head, I now feel a lot more free, and I know that I can go to any country and still do exactly the same thing. It is, I will probably talk about it actually on another video, or maybe you'll just find out from watching these, because I plan on just recording every single day of my life from kind of now onwards, which is slightly strange for me, because I never thought I'd be someone who did that. But anyway, that's kind of off topic. So I feel very free, right? I can go wherever I want. And France has always been a place that I've loved. And last year I went to France for a month, 2 weeks at a time, and at different times of the year. So I kind of got the non-tourist experience and then the more tourist experience towards the end of the year. And I kind of figured that although it's a vacation, I do feel a lot happier there. A lot of English people, they don't seem to like French people. They find them arrogant and all of that. But honestly, I think that's because the English don't even try to speak French or try to be French when they go to France, and I think that's their own fault. I had a very different experience. I went on my own the first time and then with someone else the second time, and everyone was nice to me, extremely nice to me. So they were asking me where I was from, and what my name is, and what football team I support, and da 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 da. It was like the best holiday I've ever had, apart from going to Singapore. Singapore's like an insane place. Can recommend Singapore. So anyway, I love French culture. I love the architecture, I love the food, I love the people, I love the language, I love the landscape, I love the weather, I love the freedom of the weather. On one side, you've got all the mountains, right, where you can go skiing or snowboarding. And then the other side, you've got Bordeaux, which is kind of the area that I want to be around, which is really nice and warm in the summer. And then if you go a bit further north, you have a bit more English conditions, but slightly warmer. You can also go to Normandy, right, where it's basically just England, but French. But that's up to you. That sounds like a waste of time to me. Each to their own. Yeah, so we can do a little bit of a compare and contrast, right? The United Kingdom / England versus France. There is a huge container ship. Hang on, look at that. That is wham. I don't know where that must be going up to Southampton. It'll probably go past us. Yeah, anyway, no more segues. Why am I leaving the UK? So, the same reasons that a lot of people are leaving the UK at the moment. There's political reasons which I don't really want to get into because I don't want this channel to be political in any way. But there's also a ton of personal reasons. The one political reason that I will mention, and to me it's one of the biggest things, is right now the UK has a larger population than France does. And you can see the infrastructure failing. You can literally see it around you failing. If you drive on any road, the whole country is just one big set of roadworks. They will do roadworks for half a year, then you'll have like 6 months of no roadworks on that road, and then they're back again to do more roadworks. And then you take examples like HS2. HS2 was a railway that they were building that was supposed to be like a super fast commuter railway. I think it was meant to go up to Manchester. Ended up going way over budget, and they basically cancelled half of it. They destroyed half of the country to build it, and it's basically going up to Birmingham, I think, which the Pendolino goes up to anyway from London. So that's a massive waste of time. And maybe I don't fully understand it because I think it's meant to have more passengers as well. This is all political stuff. I'm really not that interested, but you see projects like that. Every project that the government seem to do is way over budget. They don't seem to be able to build anything, and the infrastructure is failing around us. And if you can do math, then I think you can figure out that's not going to end well at all. And the government's getting poorer and poorer and poorer. And you can see that in real time as well. So there is one thing that I'd want to jump in and just clarify, because I didn't explain it very well. So the landmass point and the population point. So to nail it home, or hammer it home, France has over double the landmass of the UK and has less population than the UK. And that is nuts. I don't know how this is going to cut into the other video, but hopefully it's a bit seamless. But yeah, that to me is crazy. And that's one of the biggest points. Because when I go to the gym, at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m. I come back at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, come back at 4 a.m, come back at 5 a.m, come back at 1 a.m. There's cars everywhere. There's cars everywhere, all the time. You cannot escape people in this country unless you live in one of the extremely affluent little towns, which is insane. I used to live in one of those little towns. I used to live in a tiny little cottage that I was renting, and I was by far the poorest person in the village. 750 quid is actually how much I used to spend every month, and there's no way I could do that now. In fact, I saw the same property for rent like 4 years ago, and it had gone up by 100. So God knows what it's at now. It's the property market in this country is insane. It's not as bad as other countries, but it is worse than France, let's put it that way. So that house, my bedroom, which turned into my office because I swapped my bedroom and my office around, looked out onto just rolling fields. No houses. You couldn't see any houses at all. It was when you start to get into the Cotswolds. Oh, that's a nice little river. Look at that. I don't know why I like natural little rivers. It just looks quite serene. It's quite pretty. Anyway, yeah, so obviously I like the countryside. And France, like Bordeaux, I can go 30 minutes out of Bordeaux, be in the middle of nowhere, literally in the countryside. Because I can't work for a French company anyway, so I have to work remotely. So I can live anywhere, and within 30, 40 minutes, I can be in a major city, which is, I mean, you can do that here, but the pricing and stuff like that is just insane here. I mean, yeah, I suppose you can do it here. It's just me being a bit ill on that one, but I don't know. It just seems really cool in France. You can literally be in the middle of vineyards, and then less than an hour and you're in a major city. like a literal major city. So you'll see, you will see. As long as I get my visa, or you might even see if I don't get my visa, but you will see. I'm staying at a vineyard, and yeah, it's going to be insane. It is going to be insane. So that's the only political thing that I'm going to go over. But basically, France beats England in almost every single metric, apart from two. One of them is way too sensitive to mention, and the other one is unemployment. France has a very large unemployment rate compared to the UK, but I'm not 100% sure how the two countries count that unemployment rate, because in France, I don't know if they count people who are on like job seekers allowance. I'm pretty sure this country does. I mean, I'm not bothered by that metric anyway, because like I said, I want to run a company, which means I want to create jobs. I do not want to take jobs. So unemployment rate isn't really that much of a factor for me right now. Also, I can't work for a French company anyway. So on my visa, I have to work for an English company. So that metric really means nothing to me at the moment. So personally, in the past 4, maybe 5, 6, I don't know how many years, I've been building up my career in the video game industry as a producer, which is basically a project manager. That's exactly what it is. I run projects and deliver games, basically. I make games. Sort out the tasks that I need to do, I prioritize it all and run a bunch of exercises to track everything and just run everything with project leads. And I've been doing that for a while now. I've been doing that for about 4 years, and I will probably look to do that for an outsourced company. So when I'm in France, I may look to be hired remotely for an English company doing that, because it is what I know how to do, and it is the safest thing for me to do, because I know the salary expectations and I know it will help me build a life in France. And it's worth noting that in France, I need to get to 5 years and then I can get citizenship, and then I can start working for a French company, or potentially I can somehow get a French company to pay for me to have a work visa in France, which is a possibility, but is extremely hard. And I can probably go over that in another video as well. Sitting in an office is it's not something that I wanted to ever do. I don't think anyone grows up dreaming of, oh, I really want to sit in an office. And what basically happened is I've been feeling very uncomfortable for a long time. I know it's a decent job. I know there's some people that would kill to do the job. The industry is strange, to be honest, for someone like me. But I know there's a lot of people that would kill to do the job. The salary's not good either. It's like half the salary that you get in any other industry. Probably shouldn't say that, but it's just a fact. And I've been trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do for so long. And like I said, I've now figured that out. And we will talk about that in another video. So with all the personal stuff, and currently my living situation is not a situation that I want to be in. And with all of the political stuff and the country and everything out, it's just like a whirlwind of reasons to leave, and I have enough money to leave. So it kind of came to the point of, if I don't leave now, then I will be stuck here in a country that I potentially do not want to live in, surrounded by people that I do not want to live around, in a situation that I don't want to be in. And that is just stupid. I'm very much a believer in, if you want to do something, just do it. There's people all over the world that will tell you, oh, you can't do that, oh, da 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 da, oh, da 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 da. Those people are losers. They are absolute losers. I've worked around them. I encountered one the other day at work. Their mindset is so wrong. If you want to do something, if you don't want to live somewhere, if you want to build something, you want to build a business, do it. Just do it. It's not hard to start, right? You figure out a way of doing it for free and potentially maximizing turnover as soon as possible. or figure out a route to get out of a country, and you just go for it. I mean, you live life once, right? And I have a very extreme view of things. Of when I look at a country, for example, one of the things I weigh up is, would I want to be homeless in that country? Would I be able to live as a homeless person in that country? In this country, in England, I don't believe I could do that. I could give it a good shot, but it'd be freezing in the winter, like really, really hard in the winter. Whereas somewhere like France, yes, it gets cold in the winter, but it would not be as extreme as this country. You know, if you went to Australia, I think that'd be the best. If you were homeless in Australia, you could literally go fishing, catch all the food you want to catch, and it'd be hot most of the time. I mean, yeah, depending on where you go, you've got subtropical conditions, you've got arid conditions, you've got every single weather condition basically in Australia, which is insane. But they've got their own problems. Australia is, yeah, a whole different story, which again we might get into at another time, because that was another option. And I did talk to lawyers in Australia to just weigh up the options of potentially moving there, but when I looked at the statistics, it was not worth it at all. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I mean, to sum up, I'm not happy here. I know what I want to do in life. I know, I think I know where I want to be in life, but we shall see. But I definitely know what I want to do in life, and that is enough for me to be able to leave and be happy with leaving and just trying out different places. Hopefully France is my last place, but if that goes wrong, then potentially I may look to move to Australia. Again, we'll go over that in another video. If I think of anything else when I'm walking back, I will turn the camera on and I'll let you know. But I think that's the basics. If you want to do something, do it. And seriously, if you're in the UK, analyze the country around you. You may be very happy here, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. But you may also be thinking, this is not great. And if you've got a gut feeling like that, I highly recommend looking into the statistics. And I mean, I looked all over the globe at countries. I literally looked everywhere because I know I have enough money to move anywhere right now. So, and it doesn't take that much money, just so you know. It doesn't take that much money to move somewhere. So I looked at statistics of a lot of countries, and I kind of went with France because it's one that is familiar to me, and it's one that I know, and I know the areas, I've been to the areas, and it's not very far from home. So obviously I'll keep my English citizenship, but I'll be trying to become a French citizen and just never come back to the UK. I will have to come back to the UK at some point to grab my belongings and move them to France. But again, that's a whole other story. But yeah, as I said, I'll start walking back, and if I've got anything else, I will let you know. So thank you for watching, and we'll see if this is the end or not. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that ship as it's a little bit closer. See if I can zoom into it. It's a big old boy. Massive ship. The cruise ships down here are huge as well. It's insane. But yeah. Anyway,